Ladies and gentlemen, we live in interesting times, and welcome therefore to the first virtual change of command ceremony for the International Maritime Security Construct. It's a privilege for me to be here and to welcome all of you watching live and all of you who will be watching the recorded ceremony a little bit later on. Before we conduct the formal handover of command of Coalition Task Force Sentinel and International Maritime Security Contract, I'd like to invite the multinational force commander of IMSC, Vice Adm James Malloy, to say a few words.
Thank you, Commodore. Good morning, and thank you for joining us today for a video conference, Change of Command. I want to pass along a special thank you to the staff, ships, and aircraft of the International Maritime Security Construct, or CTF Sentinel. Personnel from Albania, Australia, Bahrain, Lithuania, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom, and the United States, who are the heart and soul of this organization, the engine that makes it run so well. Thank you for joining us. Today we gather to mark the second change of command of our task force, and we do so virtually as the world struggles to overcome the COVID-19 pandemic. The virus has affected many of our nations, and I am mindful of your dedication and selfless sacrifice to be with us here today, even while our families counter a different threat back at home. Here in Bahrain, we are working with our incredibly hospitable and generous host nation, doing everything we can to reduce the risk to our fellow sailors, families, and community. This virtual change of command is just one of those measures. I am grateful to all of you for your teamwork and adaptability as we learn, adopt, defend together, working through this unfamiliar environment. I've said many times that the IMSC is an international and collaborative approach to an international problem. Likewise, I am proud of how we all have come together in the face of the COVID crisis, working together. Our continued efforts are critical because we also know that despite the health crisis, our security mission does not stop. Harassment and threatening behavior against merchant shipping continues in these waterways, and CTF Sentinel must remain vigilant and on station, signaling our collective resolve to deter this activity and ensure freedom of navigation and the free flow of commerce in the maritime. And as a reassuring presence to civilian mariners, we must continue to reinforce to all nations operating these waterways that international law matters. This should be the goal of all responsible maritime nations, and we continue to solicit the support and welcome all who would seek these goals to provide that reassuring presence with us. Over the past many months, Sentinel has been that presence. Our coalition force has grown in strength, organization, and scale, a sustainable and stabilizing operational construct. So today we pause and recognize a milestone in this organization. We applaud the accomplishments of IMSC team under Commodore James Parkin's leadership, even as we bid him farewell and welcome a new commander in Commodore Roth Bellfield to lead us. Crossing paths virtually, we reap the benefits of two experienced and accomplished Royal Navy officers who exemplify the kind of time-proven leadership, strategic vision, and maritime experience required to lead in this vital mission. James, you've been a great friend and a trusted colleague, and the mark you've left here is evident in the analytic rigor you have provided to underpin this organization. The structure, connectivity, and professionalism your team embodies directly reflects the way that you have led here, with wisdom, collaboration, and with energy. I could not have imagined or hoped for a more effective or productive commander. Let's take a moment to review IMSC or Sentinel under Commodore Parkin's steady hand. Since you took command, the multinational team has grown to 8 member nations, with Lithuania coming on board, bringing their resources and expertise to this mission. Each new nation that joins this construct reinforces that our common principles and laws of the sea are not only critical to the global economy, of which we all are stakeholders, they are foundational to the maintaining the order and international cooperation. I spoke to Admiral Makis yesterday from Lithuania and thanked Lithuania for their partnership and their friendship. Over these last 3 months, you've built and expanded strong ties with industry, adding dedicated liaison personnel to the Sentinel staff. The information flow that this catalyzes is the key to our mission to reassure commercial mariners in that sentinel presence and reinforce the value of information sharing at sea. Perhaps most importantly, you've also increased the staff representation of existing member nations, refining structures and processes, building depth and improving capacity within the combined headquarters to improve overwatch and respond to emergent crisis anywhere in these critical waterways of the Middle East. It is both humbling and inspiring to see the many nations working together in the Sentinel Watch Center just down the road from here, sharing important information about the maritime environment with industry and maritime partners and employing coalition naval forces across the region and beyond. These efforts, executed around the clock, directly deter illegal and dangerous activity in these critical waters, and you should be as proud of your work as I am proud of you. Every day, you and the team watching are creating a strategic and positive vision for the future of IMSC, building on the successes and lessons learned from the last many months, because we are, more than anything else, an evolving and learning organization, moving forward together, able to pace and outpace the threat that calls us here together. And as you pass the baton to Commodore Bellfield to lead that honorable and responsible effort, know that he and the team are stronger and better postured because of what you built, what you standardized, and the course you have laid out, all driven by your exceptional leadership. Rob, it is a pleasure to welcome you back to Bahrain. You certainly are no stranger to the mission here, well versed in the incredible power and potential energy of the coalition that we gather here. Your time in command, both at sea, ashore, and your vast experience in this region will be of significant value as you take command of IMSC. It will be your task to apply all of that experience to build on James's success and chart our path forward, continuing to rely on strong relationships with the international partners, sending that welcome message to every nation committed to the rule of law, freedom of navigation, and free flow of commerce, that they have a leadership role and a potential role in this construct. I'd like to conclude where we began last year with our initial tasking, which gave rise in life to CTF Sentinel. We were tasked to monitor these trade routes in the Arabian Gulf and the Arabian Sea, to detect and expose hostile actions, and to document and attribute this behavior to the perpetrators. Additionally, we were tasked to gild a new relationship, strengthen existing ones, and expand information exchange with our partners in the shipping industry, so vital to this region and vital to the world economy. This multinational coalition is now a recognized and respected pillar of the international maritime presence in this region. Sentinel and sentry ships are patrolling these waterways as we speak, coordinating operations and sending a strong message to our partners and our adversaries that the international community's commitment to the security of this critical region is strong, enduring, and resolute. Of course, our work continues, and I'm grateful to you, James, and now to you, Rob, to each and every one of you on this team for your continued dedication. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Admiral Malloy, for your kind and generous words. And I'd also like to echo the welcome to everybody watching us, both in person and in cyberspace. Everyone's time is a valuable commodity, and in this holy month of Ramadan, I'm very grateful to have so many of our regional colleagues who've made the effort to tune in and witness this change of command ceremony. As with everything connected with IMSC, we have a wonderfully diverse selection of individuals watching online and also in the Sentinel headquarters watching this being streamed. It is this international diversity that makes IMSC such a success, both now and I know in the future. We are a true coalition, embedded inside the region with our regional friends at the heart of the team that I've had the honour of leading. So I'd like to take the opportunity to just inform and explain to those who are witnessing this brief ceremony about what has been achieved over the last 3 months. It is only 3 months, a mere dog watch by some people's standards. But in this brief period, my team, my staff, have worked extremely hard and have achieved a huge amount. To use the analogy of the plank owners that Admiral Malloy said only 3 months ago, that was described as how the first team that I inherited originally built a strong keel and hull of a ship. What we have done is take it to the next level. We've stepped the mast, we've rigged the rigging, we've manned the sails. And by doing this, we've been able to take the good ship IMSC to sea for the first time. And we've done all of this whilst fundamentally looking from the outset about how we do our business. We've conducted a full campaign review, and we've conducted and worked with all our friends to have a full set of instructions and procedures to support taking IMSC in the future. This was quite an undertaking, as we did this from first principles, and I was particularly delighted that it demonstrated my predecessor's good judgment in what he set up as we've continued to sell the ship whilst rebuilding it from the keel up. The hard work and dedication of the team has meant that from the tactical level at sea to the operational level in the headquarters, all the way up to the strategic level of politicians and governments around the world, they've noted that we have made a significant difference. In particular, I've also been very pleased and privileged with the quality and quantity of the ships, aircraft and headquarters staff that I have had under my command since January. They have all displayed a high level of professionalism and dedication to our mission, and have worked extremely hard to make CTF Sentinel the success that it is. We're a truly multinational team, with United States, Australian and United Kingdom ships working hard at sea as sentinels. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Bahrain and the United Arab Emirates have provided sentry ships. We've had aircraft from many nations. We have support from Lithuania and Albania in the headquarters. And all our nations have guided and come together to provide that reassurance to the merchant shipping community. In Bahrain, the headquarters has grown. I have 94 billets under my command and soon to be under Commodore Roth's command. And the way in which each individual pulls together makes them truly better than the sum of their parts. But I can't leave this without talking about the maritime shipping industry. They are our primary customer, if you will. And they're also represented in my staff with our Merchant Navy Liaison Officer, who's done a sterling job at acting as that link between my headquarters, the ships and aircraft who work for me, and the industry who we are here to serve. And it is service that we mean to these people, who are the lifeblood of global trade. It's a dynamic, complicated and multinational community, but is so vital to our way of life, because without the free flow of commerce, the world as we know it would come to an end. So to every sailor, marine, soldier, airman and civilian under my command, thank you. Thank you for making my job easy. Thank you for making the merchant sailors of the world reassured. And thank you for keeping the safety and security of this region uppermost in your minds. As Admiral Malloy said, the coalition is growing. Lithuania has recently joined, a great privilege for me as a fellow JEF nation. We continue to strive and build IMSC with an open invitation for more nations to join, because with increased membership comes greater influence over those who neglect adherence to and respect for the rule of international law. So I'm proud that I've been able to make a small part in helping IMSC mature into the flexible and adaptable construct, ready to meet the ever-changing demands of regional security in this complex environment. We were set up to be a multinational solution to an international problem. The problem of ensuring that trade, goods, energy and people can go wherever they are free to go. The problem of ensuring this free flow is that of international law, as Admiral Malloy said, and international waters. The point about international waters is they are international. No one actor, no one state, no one group has the right to prevent anyone from doing anything on the high seas. So this aim, shared equally by hundreds of nations around the world, is something which I've had the privilege to oversee for a small part in this area for the last few months. And I've been privileged to work with other international maritime missions and individual ships from nations who share those aims, all of whom have that committed intent to promote maritime security. These collaborative efforts in IMSC and beyond will always be of benefit to the good of mankind. And I'm particularly satisfied that I'm handing this responsibility over to my successor and my friend, Rob Bellfield. Rob has just come from commanding one of the Royal Navy's 2 surface ship flotillas and is no stranger to Bahrain. He is a highly capable, vastly experienced and well-respected leader, and I'm proud to lead IMSC in the care of such a safe hands. I have thanked my team this morning for all they have done, but I want to end by specifically thanking you, Admiral Malloy, for your mentorship and your friendship, the specific support that you have shown IMSC in your role as our multinational force commander, and for the help that you have provided for all US and coalition staff in Bahrain, as well as the hospitality of the Kingdom of Bahrain, to make IMSC the success it is. Sir, it's been an honour, and I'm ready to relinquish command of this coalition task force sector. I am ready to relinquish command of Coalition Task Force Centre.
I, Commodore Robert Bellfield, am ready to assume command of CTF Sentinel.
Sir, I, Commodore James Parkin, stand relieved of command of Coalition Task Force Centre.
Very well. Fair winds and following seats, Commodore. Thank you for your work.
Thank you, sir.
I, Commodore Robert Bellfield, hereby assume command of CTF Sentinel.
Very well. Welcome aboard, Commodore.
Thanks. Admiral, sir, honoured guests who are witnessing this rather unusual change of command ceremony, I also wish you all a very good morning. And I would like to begin by thanking both Admiral Malloy and my good friend Commodore James, who I've known for over 20 years, for their introduction, speeches and their kind words. From what we have heard here today, it is clear to me that in its short lifetime, IMSC has been driven and guided to become a preeminent force within the Middle East region, contributing to the overarching aim of us all, whether we operate directly with IMSC or act as a separate entity, the continued security and prosperity of the region. I inherited an organisation that has come far in its lifetime of just under a year. The hard work of my forebears can be seen, and to hear what we have already achieved on the second version of the op plan and op order just goes to show how quickly IMSC and CTF Sentinel is developing. From what I have witnessed and have been told, this has been very much down to the hard work that Commodore James and his team have put in, along with the careful guidance from Admiral Malloy. I am privileged to be allowed to take command of this maturing and professional team, both at sea and within the headquarters. So I look forward to hoisting the canvas of this metaphorical ship and set sail to further enhance regional security and ensure that the merchant shipping industry is allowed to go about their daily business in the manner of which they have been accustomed. I see my role here as to provide a light yet guiding hand on the tiller to ensure that IMSC and CTF Sentinel continues to travel in the right direction and achieve the desired aim. This role means that I am required to fully understand the intent, guidance and mission. In order to achieve this, I wish to engage with you all in order to understand your views, wishes and desires, so that IMSC will provide for all in the future. I hope that we will be able to engage on a personal level, both in your own countries and here in Bahrain. And I would like to inform you all now that you would be most welcome to visit the headquarters to witness the mission being executed. And we would welcome any contributions which you can add from your wealth of experience and expertise. I would like to say at this point that, as alluded by Commodore James, we welcome contributions from nations both directly associated with IMSC and those non-partner nations and other forces within the region, adding to the security environment. We all understand the importance of sharing, most notably the sharing of the most valuable commodity in warfare, that of sharing of information. In order to be an effective force, we must share information not only with ourselves, but with other organisations too. Information, situational and maritime domain awareness throughout the region is key to provide the overarching intent of maritime security in the most effective and efficient means. I will strive to continue to build and develop the information sharing networks within the region, along with building of relationships between nations and forces throughout. I would like to increase the number of liaison officers within the headquarters, but more importantly, I aspire to continue to grow IMSC by the addition of new nations into our fold. I will be most happy to hold discussions with any nation who expresses an interest in joining and dedicate my time to them in order to answer questions and discuss how they see IMSC and what direction they believe it should take. Now, I'd just like to say a few words for my staff. In these unprecedented times have brought a unique challenge in taking command. And while I look forward to personal interaction with all of you, whether it is chatting by the side of your desk or more formally in meetings and briefings, but for the moment we will be distanced. However, this does not change the relationship between the captain and his crew. You have access to me at any time. And I am really looking forward to working with such a diverse and professional staff and getting to know you personally and navigating this metaphorical ship forward through this fascinating and demanding operational environment. So I would like to conclude by saying that IMSC is executing its mission, and we believe that we are making a difference by improving maritime security. However, there are always ways to improve, and we do this by garnering and utilising the knowledge and experience of those around us. The international diversity and experience that IMSC already has is what makes it a success so far. But enhancing this with other nations and their contributions would be of huge benefit. As I have already said, we welcome the addition of any nation that would like to be encompassed within the IMSC umbrella and its mandate to support the free flow of trade and freedoms supported by international law that allow for the safe navigation of merchant vessels. So I would like to extend an informal invite to all of you to attend the next IMSC update conference and the opening of our new headquarters when the current restrictions are lifted. I look forward to meeting you all and of course working together in our common cause from this moment on. Admiral Malloy, it is a real pleasure to be back in Bahrain and I am ready to take command of CTF Sentinel.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that completes today's virtual change of command ceremony. Thank you to all for joining us online, and good luck, Commodore Bellfield. Thank you.
Okay.